Am I the bad guy for not getting rid of my cats after a hurricane? In July, Hurricane Beryl came through and I, 25, miraculously never lost power. Because of this, I kept my door open to my friends and their family who were less lucky. I had no issue until my friend, who we'll call Joe, 25, came with his girlfriend Emily, mid-20s. I have 2 cats, an older cat who stayed under my bed the whole time and a 1-year-old who loves people. My cat was out and about giving kisses and jumping from lap, but if you pushed her off she was good about just moving on. This became an issue as Joe is allergic to cats, runny nose and red itchy eyes type of allergic. He didn't bring this up until I noticed him avoiding my cat and asked if he was okay, which is when he told me but that he didn't want to be a bother. That he knew I had cats and still made the choice to take up my offer. I told him it was no bother and offered meds and to lock my cat in my bedroom. Joe insisted it would be fine just as long as she wasn't crawling all over him. The rest of the people over kept her occupied and Joe just has a few sniffles. I offered a few more times to lock up my cat but he insisted it was fine and I had already done enough. Emily was quiet and made no effort to keep my cat away from Joe if she came near. Fast forward and I was at a barbecue with Emily and Joe. The topic of Beryl comes up and Joe's makes a joke about how thanks to me the hardest part for him was having a cute cat right in front of him that he wasn't allowed to pet. Emily is glaring as he says it. Someone asks if she's okay and she just goes off on me. That I was cruel to force Joe into an allergic reaction when they were already suffering, that I didn't even care about helping people since I was so willing to put someone between being out during a hurricane or anaphylactic. Joe is standing there with a look I could only describe as gobsmacked. Another friend mentions that I offered to lock my cat in my bedroom multiple times and that Joe insisted it was fine. At this, Emily starts again that of course he did because who would tell me to lock my cat up when I was already helping them and that I should never have even asked and put in that situation. That the gracious thing would have been to just lock both my cats in my car while everyone was over. At the idea of locking my cats in my car post-hurricane my heart sinks and everyone gets more upset at Emily, resulting in a huge back and forth. One friend accuses Emily of not doing anything to help Joe and that she could have asked me to lock the cat up if she felt that strongly. She shot back that shouldn't have had to because she wasn't the host and I should have been more respectful and on top of things like that. After a few minutes, Joe snaps out of his apparent shock and drags Emily away, apologizing for her and insisting that he had no issue. It wasn't that serious and is still grateful. Emily finally leaves but yells out again how cruel I was for putting my cats above everyone else in need.